Every Sunday, millions of viewers tune in to see John Dutton and company shake things up at the largest fictitious ranch in the United States, even if you were skeptical of a modern-day ranching drama. Here are some previously unseen behind-the-scenes pictures. Behind the scenes. I can't recall ever being on a set where there was such a love fest as on Yellowstone. It's like seeing long-lost brothers and sisters when we get together for another season. It feels like a family that Taylor Sheridan, the show's creator, built from the ground up. Birmingham, Gil, I've never wanted to wear a tie before. I still don't feel at ease in suits. Nothing about it appeals to me. A Western is something I can get into much more easily. Kevin Costner is an actor. I had no idea that horses would become such an important part of my life, but this show has done just that for me. There's something about reconnecting with nature and reverting to a more simple way of life that makes me feel very grounded. Luke Grimes. It's not only beautiful, but it's also historically significant. It was the route taken by Lewis and Clark. That kind of history feeds my soul. When I think about it, it's haunting to be there because it truly was the Garden of Eden in many ways. Kevin Costner is an actor. It's humbling for a native person to be in Montana, playing a character who is so connected to the land. The show is primarily about the land, and we're able to live on it while filming. Birmingham, Gil the Ranch, which serves as the show's backdrop, is a major character. It has a hold on all of us. We're all squabbling over it. You can tap into why when you're there because those mountains have a certain magic to them. Riley Kellett. In Taylor Sheridan's, the creator's, opinion, Rip is the greatest cowboy. I had to learn how to rope, cut, and rein. All of the various disciplines of being a horseman take time in the saddle. You can't just show up and act like you know what you're doing or you'll get thrown on your ass. Cole Hossers. I used to own horses at a ranch outside of Los Angeles about 20 years ago. But when I joined the show, I quickly discovered that I was the lawyer and wouldn't be riding horses very often. On the show, we have high-end horses, so getting up on one of them feels like driving a Ferrari. If there's a long gap between scenes, I'll change out of my lawyer's suit and go for a ride. Wes Bentley's Seeing Her Beth fight back when she was about to be killed during Season 2 was one of the most important things for me. She is completely drenched in blood. She is subjugated by a man's strength. The fact that she has power in that scene was very moving to me, and it struck a chord with many women. So many women wrote to me about the fire and their survival in Beth's rage. Riley Kelly. I enjoyed playing a three-dimensional character in a modern setting. It's a Native American character with intelligence, power, and current characteristics that we rarely see in movies and television shows. Typically, they are historical period pieces. Many viewers of these shows and films are unaware that Native American communities still exist. Birmingham, Gil. The most exciting part is that I have no idea where it's going. Taylor Sheridan has always perplexed me on it, so I'm as excited as everyone else. What happens to Jamie? I'd like to find out. I'm also curious to see who he truly is because he spent his entire life not being himself. I think we're starting to see pieces of that now, so it'll be really interesting to see. Wes Bentley's The conclusion of Season 3 is the most shocking, and I'm curious how they'll proceed. It's funny because Taylor Sheridan has always said he knows how the show will end, and I'd love to know. Kelsey Spills. Yellowstone is taking fans behind the scenes of its most recent episode in a new trailer that has been released online, giving viewers a glimpse into what goes into filming a single episode of the massively popular show. On Sunday, November 14, the Paramount Network aired episode 3 of its much-anticipated Season 4, and the episode answered one of the central questions that fans had in advance of Season 4. Who assaulted the Duttons? But even though the identity of the man who ordered the attacks has been revealed, fans still don't have the answers they seek because he's a man John Dutton, Kevin Costner, claims he doesn't know. Yellowstone co-creator, writer, and director Taylor Sheridan opens up about the story arc that's now taking Jimmy Jefferson White away from the Yellowstone to another ranch in Texas after he's broken his word to John Dutton in the behind-the-scenes clip below. His journey appears to play a role in the upcoming release of a new Yellowstone spin-off, Yellowstone 6666, about which little is known. What he hasn't become is someone who accepts responsibility for his mistakes and learns from them, Sheridan observes. He hasn't matured into a man. What he hasn't become is someone who accepts responsibility for his mistakes and learns from them, Sheridan observes. He hasn't matured into a man. To be sent away from Yellowstone is a huge, huge loss, White adds. He broke his word to John Dutton, but I believe he also believes that John Dutton is breaking his word to Jimmy at the time. In episode 3, Dutton tells Jimmy that this is not a punishment, but rather an opportunity, and that he will be welcomed back at some point if he performs well. Jimmy, according to Costner, brings out whatever empathy John Dutton has. Perhaps John is a lot softer than people think, Costner observes. He bends a little to assist him. In the behind-the-scenes trailer, we also hear from Mo Brings Plenty, Cole Hosser, Riley Grimes, Kelsey Ispill, and others, as well as how the sets are built and the equipment moves around, as well as how many people and moving parts it takes to film a television show with the grand visual scale of a motion picture. All of them had major character arcs in episode 3, and it's an interesting opportunity to hear them discuss what will motivate their characters in the future. Yellowstone airs on the Paramount Network on Sunday nights. On December 19, a Yellowstone prequel titled 1883 will be released by Paramount Plus, starring Tim McGraw and Faith Hill as John Dutton's great-grandparents. Subscribe to the streaming service to avoid missing out. The 4th season of Yellowstone premiered on the CW in November, and as the season comes to a close, some behind-the-scenes footage has been released. Teeters, played by Jen Landon. Multiple expletive-filled scenes with Carter, Finn Little, didn't make the cut. Teeter was introduced to viewers in Season 3 and quickly became a fan favorite due to his unapologetic bravado. As a ranch hand, she became one of the boys, spitting and cursing like any other man on the Dutton Ranch. Fans were not surprised when she didn't hold back during a game of cards with the guys, which included preteen Carter. Jen's unconventional approach to eliciting a reaction from Finn for the bunkhouse scene was revealed in a behind-the-scenes clip. The other ranch hands were yelling at Carter for the impressive way he was shuffling the cards during the scene. "Look at this fucking guy. He's done this before," Colby Mayfield, Den Richards, said, to which he replied, "It's my first time." Teeter responded, "Now I ain't going to kid with some motherfucking card shuffling little elf." Finn commented on Jen's acting abilities to the Paramount Network, saying, "She's great at improvising. Every single take, she was doing a different thing to say to me." Teeter did exactly that in the following clip, referring to Carter as a cheating little squirrely-haired twat-mouth. "Cunt-mouthed, fucking-faced, dick-nose," she went on. Jen revealed her unique approach to the Paramount Network, saying, "I threw every dirty word I knew at him. I got along really well with that kid. He's great," she added, with the intention of shocking him and horrifying his mother, who was just off camera because it was just Jen. Teeter, as one of the few women on the ranch, had to become unfiltered and no-nonsense in order to be taken seriously. This earned Rip Wheeler, Cole Hosser, and ranch owner John Dutton, Kevin Costner, a great deal of respect for her. In the Season 3 finale, she became the first woman to be branded with the Dutton Ranch logo, which was regarded as a mark of honor. Carter and John bond in Episode 9, titled "No Such Thing as Fair," as the Dutton patriarch teaches the youngster how to ride a horse. That's all we had for you today. Hope you enjoyed the show. If so, please let us know in the comment section. For this and many more videos, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, show us some love by clicking on the like button below and sharing the video with your friends and family. Hit the notification bell to notify you every time we upload a new video. Bye. See you next time in the upcoming video.